Good morning, Taurus. You're on Galactic Soul Healing. My name is Sonia Jane. If your Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, or Ascendant is in the sign of Taurus in your astrological birth chart, then this reading may resonate with you in full or in part. And as always, take what resonates and discard the rest. And and also these readings do not, of course, replace the assistance of a psychological professional. Okay. Right. So we're going to pull some cards for your current situational energies, and then we're going to look at something that you may not be acknowledging, and for whatever reason, and then we're going to look at some guidance from Spirit, and we're going to then draw a galactic card to identify a galactic collective that you may be able to gain assistance from at this time, as well as some oracle messages from that collective. So without any further ado, I'm just going to shuffle here, and we will do one last shuffle. Okay, right. So Taurus, I hope you are all well. And here we have, okay, Ten of Swords. Coming to the ending, Nine of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands. So this is good. Right. So yeah, maybe some things happening at the moment. Right. So let's start with the good stuff, and it's all good. So the Ace of Wands. So this is about something that's coming forward for you, that you are feeling a really strong urge towards, like an impetus, like an energy or a vitality towards something, or even just within yourself. Okay, if this isn't happening for you at the moment, it more than likely will. And then you also have in your first row here of your situational energy is the Nine of Wands. So this is about, you've been working quite hard, okay, and you're creating, you've needed to sort of create some boundaries here for yourself. So you actually have a lot of stamina, a lot of perseverance, okay. And at the moment there's a situation, and I have a feeling it's to do with, this could be work, or or perhaps life in general. I mean, it could be to do with anything, whatever resonates for you. But if this is, say, like a work or a recreational situation or something like that, that you basically feel like you've had it with that scene, or with those people, or perhaps with that relationship, or or it could also mean that you are just feeling really overwhelmed and like super stressed. Okay, super stressed about stuff that's going on. So the tens of anything in the tarot also indicate a bit of a departure from a particular way of doing things, a way of thinking, a way of being, into something else. And it's really great that this is here, because this is like your spiritual connections, your soul, okay, your source connection, and also your passions and your what lights you up, like your inner kind of guiding, your passions, really. So it may be time to start acknowledging this, and you may have even been working hard on that too already, and you're needing to sort of create some boundaries in order to get back to a simpler, perhaps a simpler way of being, or a simpler lifestyle, or even a more simple outlook. Something that's because this here is very complex and too much, Yeah, so it's about, you can move from this, and then, yeah, you may need to put in a little, put in some work. But I mean, here you're even feeling a bit battered with that too. So it could be that you are, maybe once again, you're doing too much here, and you really just, you're looking to simplify. That could be what the situation is. So I think at the moment you're going through a lot of things, but you kind of know what you need to do, but yeah, you are needing to sort of put up boundaries, or kind of defend your position, protect your position, protect your integrity, protect your truth. And yeah, so it's really, yeah. So there may be a lot of externals impacting you at the moment. And yeah, you may be going through some, internal shifts as well, of course. So let's look at some things that you might not be acknowledging in this situation. You may or may not be acknowledging them. Okay, the Chariot, yeah. So that's in line with the Nine of Wands here. The World. Okay. And wow, the Seven of Wands too. Okay, so so you actually have a great structure around you. So whether you have created that, whether that's being provided for you or you are participating in it, then there is balance here within what you are doing and how you are doing it within your life. And so the Chariot is like the mind-body sort of structure that is sort of carrying the vehicle for the soul, so to speak, that's in here. So I think this is about you sort of coming into more contact with your soul, which is the Ace of Wands here. And here we have, the soul being at the center here. And yeah, the world can be coming into completion, or it can be coming into moving, in greater, in more holistic ways as well. Excuse me, I just got to pause for a minute. Okay, we're back. So we had the World card, and you also have, you are actually on your higher ground, defending your position. You actually have strength and confidence to do this. So you might be feeling like this at the moment, where you're feeling like, oh, is it really worth it? This is actually not effing good. Like, I just feel completely effed, and whereas this is like, you've actually gathered your strength, or you actually have the strength. This is, so what you're not acknowledging is that you have the strength to actually to fend off and to stand your ground and to do your own thing. See how he's wearing different shoes? It's like being original and not. So this is about you doing your soul calling here, which and this is even more empowered vision of your soul here. It's like moving forward with full strength, in balance. And so you could even say that you would be going from this to this, okay, with your boundaries in place and everything working really well. But you hold this in potential, and you have the strength to do this as well, which is about guarding your, standing up for your own personal integrity and being strong on your right, and your deserving to be your own unique self, okay, whatever that may be for you. And the world energy, this is like the these are the fixed, these things here represent the fixed zodiac signs. So this is like representing the constancy of the nature of the universe and of the cycles of things. So things always come around, okay? So we always have these downs and we have the ups. So what you might not see at the moment is that there is going to be an up and these things are going to be happening. Yeah, so that's encouraging. Let's grab some more cards to look at your spirit guidance. And yeah, so things are going to get better. And this world card here too, you're going to be feeling more free and whole. Okay, you're going to be feeling whole. Did I cut the deck? No, we didn't. Let's cut the deck. Okay, so Knight of Wands. Okay. Eight of Wands. And, okay, Six of Pentacles. All right. So some of your spirit guidance is that you're going to have to take some steps to kind of help to shift out of this a little bit, even taking small steps. But this is like about acting quickly. It's not, well, it's not that you're going to have to do a whole lot super fast, but this can mean that you might have to on a couple of fronts. So perhaps maybe physically and mentally you might want to quickly just work on what you need to do to start slowly taking little steps to start moving in the direction of this simplification, okay? And it's interesting that they are wands there as well, which is pretty cool. And this is, the wands are directly pointing on the, they're directly sort of pointing to this balance here. So the Six of Pentacles is about balance, reciprocity. So it's about giving and receiving. So if you have been giving out here and you've got completely exhausted, then it's time to accept some, receive some energy or care that you can direct, organize that to be for yourself. For example, booking in and going to have a massage and just receiving that care, okay? And also that will help for relaxation. And sometimes when we are in a relaxed, when we're relaxed physically, it helps us to relax our thoughts, and then you can start to think about when we are in a deeply relaxed state, we're more likely to have constructive thoughts and positive thoughts about how you're going to just move towards a bit more simplification, small steps at a time, okay? So this is like, yeah, the moving towards the balance. And it's also too about not having to work yourself to the bone to create either physical health or monetary wealth, okay? It's about just finding that middle ground where you can go, okay, I'm working hard, but I'm not working absolutely to exhaustion. And I have enough money to cover my bases with a little bit over or something like that, okay? But it can also be about accepting help from others. So you're either, starting to do more of this where you're receiving, or with your giving, you're not giving out too much, okay? And here, the Knight of Wands. So the guidance of Spirit is to start acting quickly, but taking small steps, okay? And it might even be booking in to see a counsellor or something like that, okay? Maybe in your workspace or your work company, they may have in-house counselling, and it's okay to ask for help. And this is about the giving and receiving, like accepting some help. If you can at all, would be great. And here we have the Knight of Wands. So this is a card of action as well, kind of along the lines of this one. It can be, this can indicate over compulsiveness or over not over exuberance. What's what I'm looking for? Yeah, impulsiveness. And it can indicate, I think what Spirit's saying here is to just be wary to not, basically if you have too higher expectations of yourself and you jump in and you push yourself too hard or too fast in a direction or take on too much, then it's not going to be as good for you. But when I said it's that fine line between acting quickly, taking small steps where it's going to count for you to simplify, or this is probably doing these are going in opposite directions. So this is a warning to not do something or get involved with something that might help you forget about what's going on. But it might not necessarily be helping the situation, helping your situation. Do you know what I mean? It's like that thing of like, yeah, I can think of the metaphor now. It's a little bit like if you have a lot going on and you basically just go to the pub to get smashed, to forget about it. And then the next day you wake up and you are still in this. Okay? Better to act quickly on a couple of fronts. Maybe go see a counsellor, book in for a massage. Try and just work on your mental, emotional, physical to simplify and even to strengthen. Start doing some good, start eating healthy foods, getting a bit more sleep. You know, this is what the Eight of Wands, because these wands have your soul's best interest in mind, okay? Which is to simplify. And it's interesting too that there's no embellishment on these things. It's like, you know, this is just simple. We're just going to be doing that, and it's all like it's wholesome. It's clear, okay? It's clear. Whereas this is kind of like there's a lot of fanfare and there's a lot of like fanciness and there's a lot of things that the senses can be enticed into here to kind of like, well, we're just going to go over here and forget about that, right? Okay, I could go on. Right, so that's the advice from Spirit, I think. So let's grab a galactic card. Yeah, so this reading for you, Taurus, is sort of about, while you are a very hard-working, honourable person, and while you are, you know, you've worked hard to tick all the boxes, it seems like it's going to be time for you to pull back on that a little bit. That might just be, perhaps, it might be because of overthinking or overworking, or even being in a relationship or connections with other people where you are giving out all the time and you're not really actually receiving anything from that. You're not getting a lift. Your soul's not being acknowledged in that. But of course, you know, we need to acknowledge our own soul first before we can put ourselves in the situations that are going to be the most beneficial for that to grow and develop. So let's and for us to feel happy, because we want to feel happy and fulfilled, okay, in our lives. Well, I do anyway. I accidentally left a card over there. So here we have, oh wow, gorgeous. Living in the now. Oh my God. You know what, my Spirit, I am so ecstatic about this. The one thing that comes to my mind right now is a massage. And I think it's because I see this here. And I see all the, you know, the swords in the back, and all I can think of is like, I'd rather be lying on a massage table having a massage than having the swords in my back. And I think that's really going to help mental, emotional, and physical. It's very holistic. If you are dead set against massage, well, you may need to find something else, perhaps having a warm bath, or engaging in something that's really relaxing for you, like going out in the garden, going out in nature. But this cetacean dolphin, this is going to be gorgeous. Living in the now. And that's really like, that's being in a beautiful, calm mindset, isn't it? Let's look at some oracle cards for that. I need to just think of a vibe. Just tuning into spirit now for that. Let's go with, I'm just going to go with Animal Spirit Oracle, because I think another thing too is that animals, because they don't have the stresses of the life, you know, everyday life that we have, that I feel like even for you to do something with animals, and of course we have the cetacean dolphin here, maybe even going to a zoo. I mean, if you have kids, just going to the zoo and just kind of really tuning and looking in at the animals, you know, really just meditating on them, and just really talk to your kids about all the aspects of the animals, you know, like, wow, their fur's really cool, and wow, I wonder what it's like to be that tall, and, you know, just, talking about a giraffe, of course, but just really kind of tuning into the energies of the animals as well. And, you know, if you have a dog or a cat or some chickens or something, I mean, this might sound crazy and out there, but maybe just talk to your cat, talk to your dog, talk to your chickens. Like I said, these videos do not replace the, you know, the help that you can get from a psychological professional. But hey, I mean, you know, animals have souls and they are here to hold space for us. Particularly dogs and cats. I mean, they are gorgeous. And of course, they're beautiful dolphins as well. Right, so in a minute, I'm going to pull out some cards here. And I think this is going to really help. And you know what? The other thing too, I've just noticed is the backs of these cards. The element of water, once again, is going to be really assistance. Beautiful blue. And, you know, you have a lot of blue skies in your reading here. And, you know, like even here where you are, you've worked really hard and you're thinking now, well, you know, has it been really worth it? I'm just completely mashed up. You know, there are completely smashed or whatever. There are, smashed is not a good word. I'm completely worn out. There are blue skies behind here, okay? And even here where you are defending yourself, there are clear blue skies. So it's all good. It's about you stepping into your strength and your power. And, yeah, really acknowledging what you have done, what you have achieved, okay, and feeling really strong in your soul, in that soul energy, perhaps simplifying a little bit to get in touch with that, keeping balance financially and with your health too, getting plenty of sleep and eating well. Right, let's cut the deck. Also, this has been a bit of a long reading. Okay, so first one on the top here, Wasp Spirit. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Sometimes life stings. Wow. And I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I think that'll be stinging a whole lot. That's like being stung by about 50 bees, isn't it? That's it, in a nutshell. Wow, Spirit, this is bang on. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power, which is exactly, this is what the Chariot is. You know, you're going to be reclaiming your power. And that's in the row of what you might not be acknowledging. So just do keep in mind that you do have the ability to reclaim your power. And the number on this card is 44, which is a card of mastery. Okay. I really love those Panther Spirit cards. Thank you, Cetacean Dolphins, for this beautiful reading. Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. Look at that bear. Brown bear spirit, take time out. I cannot think of any more perfect cards for you right now. This is your thing. I've got chills because, yeah, you need to take time out if you can. Take time out of whatever has been too much for you, honestly. I had to do that recently with regarding a work thing, and it was quite hard because, of course, you know, your brain can still be going around. But if you take the time out, you need to do it for enough days that you come back to equilibrium. Depending on how much has been built up and how long you've been kind of experiencing this, then you need to just take the appropriate amount of time out and you'll know what that is. Thank you so much, Cetacean Dolphins Collective, for that. And know also that the dolphins and the whales are on Earth, of course, at the moment, and they are helping us with our awareness and our ascension. So by all means, in your prayers and meditations, tap into that energy. And of course, any of the animals here, the wasp, the bear or the panther, any of those may even be like an animal spirit guide for you, and you might even like to look that up. You know, Google bear spirit or panther spirit or wasp spirit. Okay. But this deck of cards, if you wanted to get some, it's the Animal Spirit Oracle by the Spirit Animal Oracle, by Colette Baron Reid. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.